first of all, and this is very unfortunate, people who have a family history of diabetes. If your father was diabetic, if your mother was diabetic, if you have brothers or sisters, even grandparents, you have a higher risk of having diabetes, and you should start getting screened for diabetes as soon as possible. I think is the greatest risk right now. So we're trying to work on that, on genetic markers, so we can identify people who are gonna be diabetic since they are born. Now it is still not available, but probably in some years. Um, Hispanic Americans, Latin Americans, we have an increased risk of having diabetes. It's in our genes also. It's almost 4 times as white people, and also African Americans, or any black people of black race. They also shared certain genes with Latin Americans, or we shared certain genes with African Americans, and that gives us an increased risk for diabetes. And let's not forget that I already said before that also in African Americans, there's an increased risk of high blood pressure. So since they come together, in this case, that could actually be like recipe for disaster. So you should be careful with that. And of course, now, which is an epidemic, obesity, obese people have an increased risk of diabetes, also high blood pressure, but diabetes more than anything else. And this, which I don't want it to be misunderstood, but people that are using steroids. And when I say steroids, I not only mean like anabolic steroids, like the ones the people that weight lifts, that lift weight use, but also steroid creams for eczema. You use them too much, you might start developing insulin resistance, which is the first step to become diabetic. Also, people that like to receive steroids for certain joint pains, that's okay, but if you use them too much, it will increase your risk to develop diabetes. Of course, at first it will be reversible if you stop taking them, but in the long run, you might become diabetic. So be careful with that.